house.
That'd be a good podcast name.
You could do a morning show like that. Do your
Oh, you
morning.
could.
You should call your morning streams Cock Corner.
Wait.
Cock Corner in the morning, or something like that. All right, but I'm gonna start up on training with Palpa. Just I am picking my character as I normally would. So, what do you want a breakdown on like every Ezzy move?
Oh shit! This costume is badass.
Yeah. Which one?
It's the orange one, I think. So I don't know if I see it in the same color you do, because I'm colorblind.
Oh. Huh.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me like a boot camp. This is my least played character.
Okay, cool. So, okay, so we're gonna go over the basic things. Neutral special, if you just press it, it throws out a mine.
Wait. Oh, you control it.
So, something interesting to note. Her cape twirl has a tiny hitbox on the front of it when she throws it out. So if you do this, yeah, see? So if you do this, you can do jab, and then do that. So you do, yup. So you do jab into, whatever, or like jab into neutral special.
That's cool.
Yeah, see? That's a combo starter that you can do. A lot of people don't know about it, but, it automatically links if you just do jab one into, like, automatic cancel neutral special, throw it out in front of you, it catches them. And then you can follow up from that. But, that's what the mine does. They just changed it now on the newer patch that you can eat your own mine now to make a Braxis. I don't think you can eat a Braxis though. Let me check. I mean, try to eat a Braxis if you can. I don't think you can though. No, yeah, a Braxis is a multi-hit. Yeah, it's a multi-hit projectile. That's the thing that Ezzy down B can't eat. So like, we'll go over that too. But so neutral special is good just because you can put it anywhere. It's 8-way and how you toss it, and you can like throw it neutrally if you don't press any direction. You can hold it. Oops, that was an accident for boomerang. You can hold it in any direction 8-way to make it fly out further. So if I lightly tap it, I can throw it out in front of me like this, but also like, you know, just it bounces off the ground and stuff like that when you do it too sometimes. Like that. Also something cool, you can do this. If you do it from ledge, wait, whoops, that was an accident. You can bounce it like off of ledge basically.
I see.
Whoops, sorry. It's training, but yeah, it bounces off of corners, so like you can throw it off of yeah, see, like that. If you jump off of ledge, you can like throw it off of ledge to like throw it at the corner of ledge. But it can also like if you toss it heavily enough. Yeah, but it just bounces off of solid surfaces, and it only activates when you hit somebody into it. So like they need to be in hit stun in order for it to activate. That's its indicator. So like right there, you weren't in hit stun when you know. So like if I don't hit it dead on, then you don't get affected by it. And the only other, it doesn't clank with other projectiles either. So the only function for it, outside of it just being there so you can get it, is you can eat it for, yeah, you can eat it with a Braxis, either, like, yours or the opponent's. But, so then everyone knows side B, you know, the boomerang. It has a reasonable, like, I would say, reasonable, thing when it comes out like this. Now knowing this, So watch what happens. Just stand still for a second and let me throw it out. Watch what happens when you're like right in front of me when I throw it.
Oh, I see.
So she doesn't have a hitbox on the front of her when she throws it initially. The only time it has a hitbox is when it gets further out. So like there like at the beginning right there, it doesn't actually actively have a hitbox at all, which means that the best way to like counterplay this tool if they're throwing it out a lot is just to approach them because they'll whiff. They'll just whiff the boomerang. Cause like it'll hit you right there, like at the end of the path when it becomes active, like that. But otherwise, if you're right in front of her, the only time that she can hit you like that, I was gonna go over this in a second, but if the boomerang is out and she uses side B, then she has a hitbox on her little end of her cape. I mean, the end of the little wand thing she has. But that only happens when she has the boomerang out. Otherwise, it doesn't have a hitbox at all. But it's also in a little combo extension thing you can do against people if you like want to. But it's pretty hard to use. Just because it's so specific, but it also is really good for stalling in the air because it does give you like a slight jump. Also, if you extend your like duration that you're out, you can catch the boomerang, which gives you even more like inherent it gives you a little hop after you catch it, basically. So like you can throw it out like this, and then you catch it, and then it also gives you a little bit of momentum when you catch it. So, and you can also, as of the newest patch, or you're supposed to be able to. Hold on. Whoops. But yeah, you can eat boomerang with down B now when it comes back.
Catching it with a hyper hope is fun.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's always a possibility if you know, like, you know, obviously Abraxas' weakness is that the entire time that he's... Okay, so if we're talking about neutral special still and side B, since you can get Abraxas in all three of them, if you charge neutral special, that's Abraxas. That's typical Abraxas. Abraxas is not active and does not have a hitbox until he turns green.
Oh.
So you see how he's purple? He does not have a hitbox until he turns green and starts moving. So that entire time, he's... yeah. And you can parry him now.
Okay.
But,
that's cool.
You most likely won't be using neutral Abraxas as much anymore, but it does take a little bit of setup time to get this kind of Abraxas. And regular Abraxas is really useful because you can, like, B-reverse it while you're in midair, so, like, if you're falling down from the top and you just want to be able to, like, charge something, or, like, you know, whatever, you can just do, like, this. That's the way I do it, is, like, dude, if you do a full hop and then charge it, you can land on the ground with an Abraxas, basically. And you can B-reverse it multiple times while charging. So I can, like, turn it around. I can jump backwards, turn it around, start charging it. Face it the other direction. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I do that a lot when I'm trying to get back on ledge if I know they're not going to be able to hit me or not, because it sets up Abraxas, like, and I can just, like, you know. Oh, walking with Abraxas is so threatening. So, like, if you place an Abraxas down and then shield walk, you know, like, that's so hard to deal with. You can
like,
reflect.
Demands a lot of respect.
Yeah, you can reflect it, though, and then hit Ezzy in the face if she's not careful. But, so then up B, I mean, if we're gonna go over the other stuff, let's go over down B, I guess, more, since we were talking about Abraxas anyway. Down B is a lunging bite that just has a big hitbox because of how far it travels. Until they changed the velocity on it, it used to cancel your momentum when you did it, but now it keeps it, like it used to. And you can B-reverse it to swap your momentum in midair to, like, turn around and then bite somebody. That's how I do this stuff. It's a really strong kill move. It will if you hit somebody in red, unless they DI it, they will most likely die. So anytime in red. It's the only move that she has in her kit that kills, like, consistently in red. Otherwise, forward air only kills if, like, you charge it, basically, and you hit them with it. See,
oh yeah.
It's more of a combo tool now. But you can still do weird stuff like that, but that's just because Ezzy's very light. So Ezzy can kill Ezzy pretty easily, but other characters, she's just like, you have to, when you're getting kill confirms with her, it's not about confirming into a move, it's about getting a confirm off of another move to confirm into a kill move.
I see.
So, like, you're most likely gonna want to do combo enders as, like, well, I mean, let's just, yeah, so let me just go over the other moves then. Down B.
DBD is crossing over with Resident Evil in June.
That's cool, Ryan. But, sorry, I'm teaching house right now. So down special obviously eats anything that's not a multi-hit. I don't know if they fixed Raymer grenades so you can eat it yet, but I thought they were going to because of the weird glitch with it. But otherwise, this is really good to just do stuff like that. Because you can B-reverse the bite when you hit it.
Oh, that's cool.
So like, if you hit a projectile and you want to turn around, I can do that to like land on the platform and shoot a Braxis in the other direction. So you just like do stuff like this, and then you have a Braxis facing this direction, and it gave you a little jump. It takes a little getting used to, but try like pressing it and then like reversing the direction like when you press the bite. So you're gonna be hitting. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to training, but
no, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool tech. Like, she has a lot of little things. That's what makes up the character, really, for me. Is that all the little things she has makes her a little more interesting and complex. But it also makes her, like, difficult for people because of all the little things. They don't, like, have an idea of what she does, really. But, yeah, down special, I would say any combo. So if you know somebody's gonna be DIing down to get out of your combos, like that almost, you can confirm off of things like, for example, if you hit down air and they miss a tech like that, you can confirm before they can actually react off of like different things. So you're in blue is the only reason it's not working, because you're getting the tech right away. But if they're at higher percentages and they DI it off the side instead of down, you can catch them with like a forward air or like a down B or something like that, because you can like follow their tech. That's what down air is just really useful for. But up special, okay, so up special is a little harder to talk about because this move is very complicated. So you start off, right? You press up B. When you start off initially, you have a hitbox, you have an explosion hitbox at the beginning of your travel time, and then at the end of your travel time.
I see.
So you press it, and then you have the hitbox there. So you like, yeah, like that. But you can also like, you can't really combo both of them into each other. So you're either going to be trying to hit with the first hit and then spark off of it to hit something else, or you're going to want to hit with the second hit and then combo off of that to hit something else, like that. It's basically used as a utility, like, combo extender. It just involves knowing, like, the distance of, like, oh, I can hit them if I start it here, or I can hit them if I, yeah, okay, that's the second part of it. If you actually don't have to use the second part of up B, so if you wanted to just use up B1 and just not use up B2, you just don't press a direction, and she'll just do up B1 in whatever direction you press it in.
That's good to know.
So it's an 8-way that just goes in any direction, hits twice, and if you don't press another direction, she doesn't do that. But when she does this, up B2, she travels a bit with that little projectiles you see, but she physically stays where she is until she teleports. So if you see Eddie using this move, if you hit her before she teleports, she'll get knocked out of it. And then this, she doesn't have any invincibility when she teleports either. She has an explosive hitbox around her, like where the Abraxas head is, but she's like fully vulnerable otherwise. Like she has a hitbox, she doesn't have any invincibility or armor or anything else on this.
Okay.
Another thing you can do is you can do down B like this to cancel into the ground. It doesn't have a hitbox on the second part of it, but it's like a nice dash cancel and you can immediately jump out of it. Like it takes a now. Yeah, it has a little bit of lag, but it's a good tool if you're trying to bait. If you're trying to make somebody whiff something, or like you're trying to bait someone to do something. Plus, if they're above you, there's also a chance that you'll hit them while you're heading downwards and being able to start a combo that way. Because now I have a hitbox on the, It's basically like this version almost is a shine. See how I was able to do that? I can follow up. Because I can spark near the end of the teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... But then you knew about, you know how side B, bounces, right, as well? I mentioned that? I almost forgot about that. So, like, it has the 3 directions. You can hit it like a boomerang, where it's, like, downwards direction, upwards direction, neutral. But it bounces off of platforms, too. So, if I throw it at an angle, I can get it to bounce off the platform, come back, and bounce off that way. So it'll come back to where Ezzy threw it, but it means that she can dodge it. And just let it go off to the side. For like a mix-up opportunity like that. She gets hit, though. If she gets hit, the boomerang disappears.
Right.
So if you get hit while this thing's out and, you know, somebody taps you, then the boomerang's gone. So it's like a pure setup tool, because you have to use it in a way that, like, doesn't get you hit. And there's the weakness of it has a good amount of startup lag because of it not having a hitbox on the front of it, basically. So, I mean, you can also do fun stuff like this, though, where you bounce it off the ground and have it come back, catch it like that. Or, this is another fun one. Yeah, so if you angle it on the edge of the ledge with side B, it'll bounce downwards and then outwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's a cool little bit of tech if you want to use it for edge guarding, because it'll first go out downwards to edge guard them off the side, but you can catch it as well, or you can let it go off to the side by itself and then it'll catch them in the other direction. So that's a little bit of cool tech with the boomerang that you can do for like for edge guarding.
Cool.
It's I mean, like I said, there's a lot of utility with her kit, which is what I like about her. The bat, also the little bat companion, just indicates whenever you actually have access to the Destructo disc. So, like, whenever the bat's not there, like, so if I throw this, the bat then indicates that, hey, you can use boomerang again. Otherwise, you don't have the little bat companion, but that's why the bat companion is there. I've been saying that the bat's Abraxas, so it's Bat Braxis. But, you know, it's whatever. It's just an indicator to give people an idea, both Ezzy and the opponent, of like, hey, she has her boomerang again. So she can use it as long as she has the bat. I guess we can go over ground and normals now. So this attack is really good. It's really fast, and it can cancel into itself, sort of, but you usually, like... It's a little harder to convert off of, so, like, it used to be easier, but they changed it, so now you have to kind of convert off of, like, something else, like down special, or, like, depending on their DI, you can, I mean, up tilt, too, like that. But it's basically a combo starter. It's fully, so, if you turn on hitboxes, it's, Oh,
this throw goes nowhere.
Okay, so that's the thing about her throws. They changed her throws. Now all her throws are basically combo tools. So you can, like, grab, like that, and you can super jump out of that to follow someone up. This is a really good grab because you can do that. Down grab is really good for a combo game. Up grab is good too. But, her grabs are mostly, yeah, combo, starting.
Gotcha.
Grabs. She doesn't really... I mean, she used to have kill grabs, obviously, but she doesn't have them anymore, because why does she need them? Because up throw used to kill, just in red. I think another thing that you can do is, yeah, you can do, jab 1-2 into slide grab. If they don't DI upwards. But you can, like, yeah, or do that.
How does this dare work?
It's a multi-hit. So you have to let it go, you have to let it, it does, like, It does like 3 hits that do 1 damage, and then 1 hit that does 8 damage. That's the strong hit. So you have to let it go to its full, like, if you let it go through its full animation to you know, get the strong hit off of it. But
I see. Okay.
But like I said, it depends on how they DI, because you can charge it as well. It's really good against shield as well, because it hits multiple times, just in general. But
right.
It also can be used like that. If I like, because how are you know, it's hard, it's so hard to tell if it's crossing you up, honestly, is the thing. If you start blocking it on the one side though, obviously I can't cross you up in the middle of it hitting, because that's how multi-hits work, but it's good for moving Ezzy and keeping someone in hit stun if you want to like mix them up and then go behind them. A big thing to do that I do with up B, if you want another tip for that, is when I use up B, if I know I can't confirm it, I will then use the second part to try to pull myself back towards the stage, because sometimes when somebody recovers, they'll like, I can like catch them on their recovery and hit them with that move, and that move kills. That move is extremely strong. I think I killed one dude off the top at like 74 health with up B the other day because he was near the blast zone. But he was in green. Yeah, that's the clip that's in the edge of the Ezzy dojo right now. The it's all coming together thing.
Player 1 wins.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. But yeah, let's start up another thing. I wish you could put unlimited. Can you put unlimited timer for training mode anywhere?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think that should be an option. Keiko should think about. I don't know if there's a way to do it though. While we're on the loading screen though, I was talking about forward tilt at first, and then so forward tilt's just quick. It's a small little disjoint on the end of her stick. It used to hit far away, like it used to be strong, and then they were like, yeah, it's too strong, so we're gonna make it like a combo tool instead. So it's basically just a combo starter. It's just a good poke, because that's how far it goes.
Mm-hmm.
She has a hitbox on the entire explosion too. So it's like the staff and yeah. So it has a decent amount of range. And then down tilt is just a move that puts like...
It has more range than like Urda down stuff.
What? This side
Slightly.
tilt?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know down tilt is really good because it's like a proper, like, almost smash attack, like, in terms of, like, covering around her, because it covers the actual hitboxes. There's a hitbox on her entire body when she does it, and there's 2 smaller hitboxes to the left and right of her on the ground. But it's also it also has the most end lag out of, like, any of her tilts. However, it's really good for shield pressure and hits really, really, like, hard. It knocks somebody straight up. So, it's just good for combo starting, too, if you can manage to land it. It's just riskier because it's like, the longest laggy normal she has, basically. And then... Oh shoot, hold on, I need to turn off. Oh, the blue circles are now stuck on me. That's unfortunate. Oh, whatever. Anyway,
Circle gang.
yeah. So up tilt, I don't know when this is changing, but the way I was told is that eventually this is gonna get replaced with another animation, but I don't know if that's the case now. It's just a hitbox directly above her. It only hits on her if, like, because it scoops. So, like, yeah, if someone's right next to you, it will scoop them upwards, but otherwise it whiffs.
I see.
So you have to be, like, right next to her to get scooped by it. So, like, look how close I can get to you without actually hitting you. I think it's like right here.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think that's because your character like leaned forward in idle animation or something, but you can get relatively close and just not hit. But that's also because you're short. It'll hit
Right.
bigger characters, obviously, like Erda, and it's short. It's a good anti-air. It hits like a small little pillar above her. It's also good for chaining into itself, but the weakness to it is it has a decent amount of startup, so like you can't use it like to catch somebody like that, for example. It's harder to like combo up tilt into up tilt than you would think, is what all I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
It used to be really easy, but I don't know how they changed it. But you don't want to be doing it very much because the hit stun on it goes down really quickly if you try to chain it. Yeah,
Okay.
Hyper hops can be pretty good with Ezzy. I don't necessarily like it, but hyper hop down air is ridiculous. If we're talking about ridiculous moves, hyper hop down air is just the goated move because it travels so far and then it multi-hits the entire time.
It's just like really active.
Yeah, that's why I can't remember what the exact word is for it, but the nice thing is like you can empty jump with Ezzy and then charge this and then let it go and then it'll do the entire multi on someone's shield when you land. Like this.
Yeah.
That's what I do a lot of the time with this character is I'll charge a move at full jump height and then fall with it. Like that. Because her jump is so good. She jumps over her standard jumps like higher than a normal platform. Just default. Her double jump is a lot shorter though. So
Yeah.
she has a very high normal jump but a very short double jump. Which is also why she can't follow up on a lot of stuff anymore either, but it's fine. It was necessary. What other tilts are there that we need to go over? Or not tilt, I think we went over
I think I got it.
everything. Okay, so Nair is basically like Peach Nair. It has a weak hitbox on the end. I mean, I don't know if they got rid of the weak hitbox actually. No, that might be strong. They might have. Hold on, I might be wrong. Let me just double check. Yeah, I wish I could do slowdown, but no, it does have a weak hitbox. Yeah, so that was the weak hitbox. The weak hitbox hits for 8, and the strong hitbox hits for 12. So you can use either for combos, but obviously the weak hitbox is going to be not having as much hits done. But Nair used to be able to kill. You can still kill with it off the sides and stuff if you charge it. It's not as strong as before. It basically functions like Peach Nair, where it starts off strong and then it becomes weak. But you can offset that by charging it too, so that's really good. I would say that you just want to use Nair as like filler. Like a filler move, or like if you think you can kill someone with it off the side, like you can use it to whoops. You can try to use it to kill, but I found it most useful as like an opener because of like how long you can keep it active for.
I see. Okay.
It's one of the moves that she has that's really good because of just the amount of frames it's active for. It's a little harder to combo with only because obviously it's a Nair, so you can't really like drift easily while doing it, but because Ezzy has float, she can do it a little easier than most characters. because you can literally charge while moving with float. See?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah, so like, she doesn't have to like necessarily commit in a specific direction when she does it. You know, everyone knows up air. Up air is basically the same as up tilt for the most part, but they did put a new DI multiplier on it, like when they fixed it, so that up air into up air into up air isn't like a true combo that kills you anymore. They increased the amount of DI that you can get out of the up air in general, and made it so that it was like I think a bit weaker too. But I don't know if that was the final say or not on that move. But almost all her moves, if you've noticed, like tend to hit people in upwards direction, which means that she's just a natural ladder character. She has that in common with Zurong to a degree, but Zurong can kind of like go in any direction because of
I mean, Urda's the same way.
Yeah. I do think that it'd be cool if the team looked over ways to do more characters, like to have more combos that are vertical as opposed to just upwards. And, you know.
You mean horizontal?
Oh, then I'm wrong. The word I said was wrong. I always get horizontal and vertical.
Shawnee's combos are pretty horizontal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A lot of times she's like super jumping across the stage with like back air fairs. Up special hits pretty horizontal compared to vertical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you could argue that Zoo's combo game is kind of horizontal too because of the new side special, but like, you know, you're going up because of the blue up special, but
the way that I've seen her work though is instead of just heading in an upwards direction though, she takes you off the side upwards, if that makes sense, in like either direction.
Yeah.
Alright, up air, yeah. Up air is like, basically, it has a, it's disjointed on the top of her hat.
Up air is disjointed?
Huh? Yeah. That's why you
Gross.
can't contest it. Because it's shooting an explosion from her hat. I mean, it's technically still disjointed because the explosion itself is above her hat, and even though she has a hat hurt box now, it's still above that hurt box. So it actually used to be even more disjointed than before. Did you want to like
Yeah, let's just play some normal games now.
Okay. Other things I can really say is forward air combos into itself and is very good for like extending combos and ending combos because it's powerful. And back air is really good, like just because of like you'll see the way I use it. It swings certain ways and like you can do stuff like that with it. Oh, so yeah, if you noticed, Ezzy down air is literally the weakest spike in the game, and you will almost never kill somebody by actually spiking them with it. So, you have to link it into itself, basically. Oh, that would have killed me. You DI'd out there, so that's why you absolutely got thrown. Ooh, okay. Yeah, but that's also how you handle that tech chase, is if you attack me with a tech attack, then I can't really contest it.
Wait, I thought I hit you.
Yeah, I floated backwards with down air and hit you in the opposite direction towards the blast zone. That's why it zoomed. I wasn't ready to get that. Oof. Yeah, see, that is how weak that hitbox is. You literally hit me in red as, like, one of the most spikeable characters besides, like, you know, Kid would be a little more spikeable than that, but... Dang, I just DI'd down like an idiot. Oh, wow. How did I miss that?
It's cool you can float in place like that.
Oh, there is one thing you need to note. If someone starts parrying you with Ezzy, like as Ezzy, with your aerials, that can absolutely destroy you. Because, you know, unlike other characters, you have to deal with the fact that you, have to, like, still, you know, even though you have float, you're still, like, you know, whiffing. And I have to land before you even can do another action, which makes parry really effective on you. Oof. I scooped you off the ledge right there with the starter hitbox of up B. Oh, it rolled back.
What?
I
Okay.
don't. Did you let go of shield?
No.
That's okay. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the footage again to figure out what happened there.
Guess I don't think I did.
Yeah, that was suspect. I don't know what happened. I was surprised that you got hit there. I hope there isn't like some weird like glitch where it like overcompensates your. Yeah, so I actually hit you there with the beginning hitbox of neutral special, which is really cool because I love that thing. I requested that be put on that move so much. Because her old mine had a hitbox on the beginning as well. I was just like, I want that back. It was super cool to be able to combo with it. Oh, you got the glitch. So there's a glitch right now with Ezzy where if you use burst too close to her mine, it extends her in the air and then auto reflects everything until it dissipates like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I got it. The first time I saw that was I got it when I was playing with Super Taji last night, and we both fucking lost it. It looks so stupid.
It does look pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's just like the good book. Aw, I try to predict where you're. Yep. Yeah, so like even though down B is super powerful, it doesn't zoom from like anywhere. And I mean, that's just kind of part of the character too, is that like sometimes you won't be able to kill, and that's okay, because like you're like sort of like Zoo, where it's like sometimes you have to kill someone by soul points just because your character is about making like I say that Ezzy now is basically about like dealing residual damage with combos, not necessarily killing with them. She doesn't have to, and it's nice to do so, but you know, she can't guarantee kills anymore. That's why she was broken in the first place. So what you end up doing is you need to use a bunch of your tools to like basically just poke at your opponent until it's crazy because the amount of projectiles she can technically have out at the same time. Yes, did you see that? You could do stuff like that. Or I hit you with a Braxis and then threw the mine on you to toss you upwards, continue the combo. Oh, I parried your mine. I forgot you can do that now. House?
Hmm?
No, you just SD'd twice and I just wasn't sure what happened there.
Oh, are we desynced?
Did we? Oh, I think we did desync. No? Are you just down tilting right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that was weird. You SD'd twice on my end, which is why I was confused. I mean, I guess it's friendly, so it doesn't really matter, but... Okay, did you actually just kill yourself there?
No, we're desynced.
No, we're desynced. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah. So... We are actually at 9 o'clock right now, but I'm willing to keep going if you are. You didn't get ask any questions about Urda. I know that was something that you wanted to ask me about. So,
Yeah, like, how do you usually approach that matchup?
Urda's difficult because, because even though Ezzy has disjointed moves, Urda's hitboxes are often just bigger than hers. Which means that, plus a lot of time, Ezzy's will be approaching in the air, which means one of the most powerful things you'll be able to do now with Urda is once you get that arm invincibility, or that arm invulnerability on down special, that will be the bane of Ezzy's existence. Because you'll just be able to grab her out of the air constantly.
True.
One of the things is that forward air is her, like, Urda forward air is very disruptive, just in general, because of how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of time, like you have to wait in that matchup as Ezzy, because you can't contest it. Which is honestly
You can hit him
her
with
thing.
boomerang, right?
I mean, yeah, you can throw a boomerang out at Urda, but then also if you come falling down from the sky and I try to throw out a boomerang and it whiffs because you're flying towards me with forward air or whatever, like if you hyper hop when I throw a boomerang and you charge forward air, I die.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so like, Doucheless, I mean, if you want an expert on that matchup, like literally an expert, because Doucheless has played Ezzy and Urda on both ends and knows the matchup almost inside and out, I would highly recommend you talk to him a bit. If you can message him or something, I'm sure he'd be able to give you tips. Because, you know, those are the two characters that he's played the most of out of the entire game.
Right.
But he would have more information, but that's one thing, is down special's a big deal on Ezzy because she's aerial a lot of the time. Up tilt is very disruptive because it's a very large sweeping move. Forward tilt's not as disruptive because she doesn't really have to worry about dealing with a shockwave hitbox as much, so you don't really want to throw it out in that matchup as much unless she's on the ground.
Okay.
Because what she can do is, if she tries to use forward tilt, she can just do this. Like, she literally can just float forwards, hit you in the face for doing it. Like, or like, she can do something like, because you can rush cancel with her off of ledges, and she goes fucking flying.
Oh god.
Yeah. If you ledge cancel rush, she just gets all the momentum.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah. I think it's because you can technically double rush to do it. Yeah, so you just like... You just can't float after it, otherwise it cancels it. But you can, like, fly off of platforms like that. And then the other thing is, like, you can do moves, like, off of the platforms as well to, like that. If someone's on the ground and I do this, they're gonna get hit. Because it's just, that's how active it is. It'll drag them downwards, too, if they're in the air.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nair's a little harder to do it with, but that's also the other move that you'd probably want to do that with. To do the ledge canceling stuff. Yeah, so this move we didn't get to talk about a whole lot, but like, man, is back air good. It used to have a tipper on it that reversed someone's gravity, but then they took it off and put that on the mine instead. Otherwise, it just hits them upwards behind her, and it's another small disjoint that she has. That's why I go forward, throw it out, and then back up like this, because like it's just basically I'm doing sword spacing essentially with this move. It's not very big. So the biggest thing you want to do with it is you want to charge it. So if you're coming towards someone, you want to charge the move so that you let go of it when you get to them. Like that, see?
I see, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really good in that aspect. That's what I do with a lot of our aerials, because everyone, I'll start off the match by like throwing out aerials as I'm approaching, and then people will start trying to backdash that. So what I do to compensate for it is I'll rush at someone, hold the button, and then let it go when I get to them. So then they'll be way more active than they're expecting it to be. Plus, Hyper Hop's really good with Nair too. Hyper Hop Nair is honestly insane. It hits so much. Like it hits so far around her.
I mean, so is Raymer's.
Yeah, but hers is bigger.
It is.
Than Raymer's? Yeah, you can see some of the potential off of this thing.
Alright, cool.
But, yeah, so, I mean, if you wanted to... I was gonna say, if you wanted to play Urda a bit, then I could, like, give you some tips in neutral for her. Because I think that's the biggest part. Because you, like... If you punish Ezzy, if your punish game is good on Ezzy, she can die just in green. Like, normally.
Yeah, I'll play for like 5-10 more minutes, then I'm gonna...
Alright. Yeah, no, I don't want to take up your time if you have stuff to do, man. I'm just trying to make the most of your session, that's all. I really appreciate you, scheduling this.
Yeah, man.
My character's like the least...
sauce.
Yeah, my character's the least represented. Which is very aggravating because, everyone doesn't know the matchup, so they, like, get very pissed about fighting Ezzy.
Three, two, one, rush.
Alright, so... Let me see, what else do you have that, like, is really good? Yeah, so if I try to approach you, yeah, that just is a good move. You have to, obviously, once you get the, invincibility, you, like, can stuff these. But,
yeah.
You're facing the wrong direction right now a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That is, I would definitely say they need to make her anti-air throw, like, cover more range. Because Kid and Ezzy don't even have to, like, sometimes they don't even have to deal with it. They can just float around her head and just completely avoid it. Oh yeah, they did just change, what do you call it? Didn't they?
Yeah, they changed Lyria.
I think the biggest thing you have to remember with Ezzy is, like, when she floats in at you, she's sort of making, like, a super commitment because she's using her entire float to try to get towards you, which means once she lands, she can't float immediately again. Aww. Oh, I do remember one thing about this matchup that Doucheless always told me. Ezzy is very weak to grab. I mean, not to grabs. She is weak to grabs, though, because it's a little harder for her to contest them in midair. But she's very weak to spikes, specifically.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you spike her, it's very difficult to get out of it, only for edge guarding. So for example, try to edge guard me, like right now, like try to get, or without me going past you, try to just like stuff me, because this move has, yeah, this move is vulnerable the entire time. It will literally get beat out by your spike moves. It has no invincibility whatsoever. Yeah, so if I try to recover and I don't grab ledge, I die, basically.
I see. Got it.
So that's a big part, because she can snap ledge, but, you know, it's a little difficult because she doesn't do it automatically. So, like, yeah, that's the biggest thing, is, like, you can even, you can even contest the explosion, for example. Like, I think if you time it correctly, if you know where I'm going with the explosion, you can spike me out of it. If I don't land directly on
it clashes?
Huh?
Like it clashes?
Well, I think it might, I don't know the actual hitbox sizes, but I think Urta's spike might be bigger. I think you just might be able to, it's precise, but you just might be able to hit me out of, me coming out of the explosion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I try to predict you incorrectly, and then like, you know, or I can use the grab ledge, but yeah, so she doesn't have any invincibility on this move, so yeah, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's very much the definition of a glass cannon, because she can die super early. Because she doesn't have the ability to beat out, unlike other characters who have really good recovery moves that can beat out other options, her up B doesn't really beat anything. It just can get stuffed. The only other options she really has for recovery that save that is she can throw out, like I said, if she's coming back, she can throw out the boomerang to cover herself by bouncing off of the stage. So, like, I can try to do this to, like, stall you.
Yeah.
Try to get back on stage, but, otherwise, you can wait for it. If you think I'm gonna do this, you can wait for it, and then, like, you know, do that. But, yeah. That's definitely tips I would give you for the matchup. For projectiles, I would say the biggest thing with Abraxas is you just don't want to deal with Abraxas if you can. Like, you can literally punish her if you, yeah, do stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
My biggest tip about Abraxas is just always to avoid it until we haven't made it consistent in how it interacts with certain things. So until we do that, I would just recommend you just avoid it, because it's very slow, and it has a lot of startup, and you know which direction it's going to be heading in, because it's always facing the direction it's going to be heading in. But, obviously the whole problem with your matchup with her is, like, she's big, and my character can combo her to death. It's not as bad as it used to be, though, so...
That is true.
It used to be way worse. That, and I think you can zoom me in from, like, orange sometimes with regular throw with Ezzy. So keep in mind you can always throw Ezzy before red, and I think you can kill her a majority of the time because your throws are that powerful. Yeah,
I see
so
what you mean, Mal.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I just challenged the teleport and you just got hit.
Yeah, it trades any. So here's another thing. Anything that trades in this matchup trades almost exclusively in your favor. You deal way more knockback and way more damage than I do, which means if I trade anything with you, I'm losing the trade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, and I die like that in orange, too. So, I would say the biggest thing in this matchup is just making, like, you don't even have to beat Ezzy every single time in, like, neutral. You just have to contest her. You just have to throw out a hitbox that meets her hitbox. Or do that. Yeah, that is how vulnerable she is to spikes. If you DI incorrectly as well, so. But because she's here, oh yeah, something else. Because she's floaty, she's way more vulnerable to not being able to DI, you know, down like other characters, which means you can juggle her way easier than other characters.
Oh, I tried to.
What did you do there?
I tried to grab.
Oh, that's something I would say would not, you know, you can
Why not in
even traded
everything?
with it. Yeah, you even traded that move though. That just shows how, like, I just want to this was trying to show people how vulnerable it actually is, you know. You traded with a throw on that, like. Oh, it bounced 3 times off your shield, or it bounced twice off your shield and kept going. That's interesting. I've never seen that happen. Oh. Yeah, so that is a perfect example of how vulnerable up B is. But yeah, did you have any other questions for me? For the character, or just like the matchup in general?
No, I feel like I have a much stronger understanding now.
One recommendation I would give is if you want to impede Ezzy the most in your combo game, you want to mix up DIing out with DIing in, and as well as DIing down. Just in general is good for Ezzy because her combos are trying to lift you upwards. So the most you can the more that you can try to disrupt that, the easier it is to get out of her stuff. She's also not a character that she does not suffer from the syndrome of if I DI outwards too much, I'm gonna die. So if you're getting hit by her a lot, she most likely, unless she hits you with a down B at the end of the string, DI out's pretty safe. You won't randomly die off of a hit because you DI outwards, for example.
Okay.
DIing out and then drifting in normally is what you want to do with her, because then you can just, like, get out. You see? Yeah? I even DI'd up there! She's a glass cannon through and through. She explodes. Oh god, I'm getting lagged super bad. What just happened?
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know either. I got like a lag spike for some reason. I think we're okay now. No? What the jitter is very high for some reason.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird for you. Doesn't look like that for me.
No, it was down to 40 something for FPS for some reason. It was tweaking out. But yeah.
This game loves to tweak out.
Oh well, yeah, that's enough. I wish that they could fix the graphic settings. Oh, one thing to keep in mind is, I don't know if a lot of other Ezzies are doing this, but the way that I've been doing stuff is, if I see you in a scenario where you're about to get out of my combo, I'll try to throw a boomerang out or something, and then backtrack with up B to catch you on, like, the recovery of trying to avoid boomerang. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, the one clip I posted in the dojo the other day was basically exactly that. Was I caught the dude coming back, the boomerang hit him on the run, like on the pull back, and then I hit him with the second part of up B, and it killed him off the top. Ooh, yeah, that attack especially is very good against Ezzy because it sweeps, and it's hard for her to DI out of it because she's floaty. Actually, just up air and up tilt in general is very good in this matchup. Damn it.
No! I'm trying to fucking... I'm trying to... go for...
What are you trying to do? Oh, I see.
No, I try to go for air air grab more often.
Oh,
When I'm getting
air
comboed,
grab. Oh,
sometimes
okay.
you can.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
you can.
Yeah, you can grab someone out of the combo immediately.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's go for
Okay,
more
so-
scoops.
Let me double check something real quick. I just want to make sure that this is correct before I tell you this. Okay, so it only... Alright. So this is very precise, but the only time that she can grab, she can snap to ledges if she specifically uses up B, like at the end of it, right on the side. But another thing she can do is, if she does this underneath here, she can teleport like that to ledge. However, when she does that, she is fully vulnerable wherever she is, like, when she's teleporting. You know, like we said before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a big thing about her recovery. Otherwise, she doesn't really have, the, like, the best recovery anymore. Just because the only recovery options she really has are up B and float. Everything else isn't really a recovery tool. But her float gives her enough, like, her float and up B give her enough mix-up potential that she can, like, recover fairly consistently. So yeah, like, the whole thing with her is that even though she's technically a floaty, which would technically make her better against spikes, her, like, her specific, character is just so light that, it almost ends up, canceling out that floatiness for when she gets spiked. Yeah. And there's that. I can't, like, survive that no matter what I do. Just be careful because I'm not sure if this will happen, but up air might be able to might either be able to contest or I don't know if it can beat it. I don't know if it can straight up beat your down air, but I think your down air is huge, so you might just be able to stomp her.
Noted.
So yeah, but GG's, dude.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for everything. That was
Yeah, no problem.
very informative.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just have a bunch of, like, Snapple facts rattling around in my head about Ezzy. So, like, I go on tangents with, like, every move and tell you, like, every specific thing about it, which is helpful when you're trying to coach people about stuff, too. But, yeah. I really appreciate you doing a session today. It was kind of my first trial run of doing one.
Hell yeah.
So,
Practice.
what do you, as a fellow coach, what do you think of, like, what do you think I need to keep in mind from what you did from what we did today?
Well, I mean, like, I think if it's a little bit different because, like, you know, you knew me beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to, like, cater to
A variety.
how experienced they are at the game,
Uh-huh.
and like what they know and what they don't, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I didn't feel like any portion of it that, like, I don't think I wasn't engaged. So,
Okay.
but
Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to start
Yeah.
doing these streams if I'm gonna get more sessions. I might just set aside a specific day for sessions and have people schedule me, and then answer questions from chatters when I do the sessions. I think that's what my plan is gonna be.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know what day I have to set aside to do so, but I put my schedule open right now. I'm just trying to get sessions at all. But I hope, like, if you wanted to share, you know, like, what you learned with other people and stuff like that, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just feel like my character is so, like... My character is probably the most niche character in this game. So it's difficult to get, like, sessions compared to, like, Starman, who's, like, everyone wants to play Urda. You know?
Yeah.
So, I just noticed your in-depth video guide is still up on the main
Yeah,
thing.
I just noticed that too. It just hasn't taken me up.
That's cool. But yeah, otherwise, feel free to schedule me again if you'd like. We can definitely go like more in depth with like specific matches and like replays and stuff if you wanted to do another session for that. Anytime,
Alright.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, bro.
So-
I'm gonna make some food, and
Mhm.
I appreciate it, dude. We'll talk again soon.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy your food, man. I'll see you later.
Thank you. Take care. Take care.
Alright.